And we are live.
Hello, Bob.
Welcome back.
Hey, it's nice to be recording again because we didn't get to last week, so I'm
No,
happy that we're back.
last week. We're probably not going to be able to do it next week because I'm going to be on spring break. So we just got to make the most out of it today. And we have lots of updates today.
I love that you said that I'm going to be on spring break.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
I wish it was like Miami Beach or something or,
Yes, where are you going?
Wisconsin Dells.
Oh my gosh.
It's where us Midwesterners go when we can't afford to fly down to Florida.
Yep, right. I still have to make it there. I got to try it one of these times. I'm waiting for the recommendation from Mr. Bob Stanky on how I need to handle that little vacation when I take it.
It is. And the great thing about it, it's only like 3.5 hours away from here.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, no.
Nice little traveling car ride, spend some time away,
Yep.
take in the waves, enjoy
Making
the
your way
relaxing.
through western Wisconsin and
Are you gonna go for the week?
no, just like 3 days.
And what are you gonna do the rest of the week? You're on spring break.
Yeah, I'm not taking the whole week off.
Oh, okay.
I'm just taking Wednesday through Friday off.
Okay.
So I think it's get there Wednesday, come back Saturday.
Got it.
Yeah.
That'll be a nice little getaway. Family will love it. Kids will dig it.
Yep. Just kind of
Girls coming home from college to join you or no?
their spring break's a different week.
Different week. Got
Yeah.
it.
So nope, it's all good. Okay, so we got some couple of things, just real short, quick, snappy updates to give. Um,
Snappy.
you've got two things specifically that are very interesting.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to start with?
Well, I've got one that's really exciting for me because it's something that I plan to dig in real deep with. It was a random discovery, and I'll dig into that in a little bit. But um, I discovered some issues that I needed to address with True Identity, which is the brand my side hustle brand, my website.
Mm-hmm.
It has been neglected for a while, and I've noted that a couple of times in our videos. But in coming back into it and jumping headfirst and experiencing some stuff with my employer, I realized that after running MXToolbox, by the way, if you've never done that for your website, do it. MXToolbox.com. Just enter your domain and check out the reports that they offer you as far as how your domain is from a health standpoint. And I discovered the DNS settings that I had were not in a good place. So my DMARC, DMARC, DKIM, and SPF settings or records in my DNS were not in a healthy position. They just weren't set up correctly. So there must have been some updates that Google had made or Shopify had made that caused it to clunk out on me. So I had to make some updates. And if you don't do that, the bad thing that happens is your email reputation can take a hit. So if you are a bulk sender, sending your email list to 100 plus people, if you do that, you're going to start to get a bad reputation in the world of email. So that means that the people you're sending to could potentially not receive it, or they receive it in their spam folder, or you're blocked entirely, right? So getting those settings fixed in your DNS is very important. So I did go through the legwork of taking care of that. Got green lights across the board, so we're all good. In MX Toolbox, you will see warnings. So there's errors, warnings, and I forget what the other one is. I have multiple warnings, and they're primarily because of Google's setup that I cannot control. And there you go. That's a perfect example. Nice screenshot. There we go.
Yeah, I just ran mine real quick while you were talking.
Yep. So I did run yours too, just to make sure you were good to go. You have a few warnings, but if you scroll down just to show those warnings, the 9 problems, The majority of them are the SMTPs, and those are Google oriented. And everything I could find online is don't worry about it. You can't control it. It's a Google thing, and it's not going to disrupt anything. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
The demarc setting is minor. So the quarantine reject policy not enabled. Best practice is to try to fix that. And I'm trying to remember specifically what I had done. It's pretty easy to fix. I don't remember what it was, but maybe I could put notes in the description for the video. But it was pretty simple fix. And then also for the DNS settings for you, I can't speak to the SOA. That is your domain host. So I have GoDaddy. I was pissed at GoDaddy. I was talking to GoDaddy about fixing it, so SOA wasn't an issue anymore. Because I'm trying to remember specifically what SOA is. I can't remember off the top of my head. Primarily, it's a setting that should be part of a standard. Oh, you know what it is? It's a 14-day rule that's applied to your domain at the DNS setting, and your provider is the one that would control that. However, it seems as though most of them keep it gated. So GoDaddy keeps it gated unless you're a premium DNS customer.
Oh, got it.
So I reached out to them and I was like, I really want to update this to the standard or whatever it is. And well, you have to, pay $60 a month or $60 a year to become a DNS premium customer, and we can take care of that for you, or you can get access to it. I was like, oh, come on. So I found out it really isn't a major issue. It's extremely minor. It's just standard general practice. But I was just pissed at him. I was like, if it's standard general, just give it to people then. Why are you like gating that stupid thing so people see these warnings? And I mean, they didn't hesitate in pitching me the premium either. It was immediate. Yeah. So they know damn well what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So there was that. But it was nice to just go through the process to better learn DNS settings, figure out what I should or should not be working with, and hopefully I'll retain most of it, even though I can't articulate a lot of it now. It'll be good to actually understand it when I have to jump into it again.
Yeah, right.
So what you don't want is errors in the problem section in that top left that's showing up on the dashboard.
Yeah.
When you get those errors, those are the ones you want to fix. Those are the ones that make you vulnerable to emails not being delivered, the website having issues, so on and so forth. Especially if you go one right to the blacklist, if you're in the errors there, fix those immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
no, I'm glad I passed everything for the most part, just the mornings. But for my host, my email is hosted through Google Workspaces. So I've always felt a little bit more comfortable with hopefully Google's setting it up right and they're approving their own stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my main bobstangy.com email goes through Google servers. So I've always felt confident that I wasn't on any blacklist or anything like that. I wasn't.
Right.
So, but this is just good to see that that's true.
Yep. And ditto. I go through Workspace as well. I do know, however, that they have put deeper restrictions on bulk mail senders as far as keeping your reputation to par. So that's why if you are doing that, it's a good thing to go to MXToolbox.com and just type in your domain and see how you're doing to date, just to make sure you're good to go.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know about that till it's neat.
Yep.
Yeah. Huh. Okay, cool.
So that was part of my last 1-2 weeks of figuring things out. And the new thing that I'm super excited about that I randomly found on Perplexity. Thank you, Perplexity, for offering a video and a search that I was doing to solve a problem of mine. I'm looking to automate as much as possible this year, as I'm sure many, many people are. I have blog content for my current employer, as well as True My Identity, that one, I have to rewrite or optimize, and two, create. So I was trying to find a tool that would allow me to do that. Plus, even more importantly for True My Identity, I want to launch new products that is going to bring together the data that I'm collecting for those who submit a questionnaire, give me feedback. I want to be able to build tools based on that data that they're giving me that's going to help them to focus and prioritize on how to be more authentic and be themselves and grow through their characters so they can so their careers are headed in the right direction, so their relationships can be built through quality relationships, and just to give them enough information to really focus on what their values are. So the tool that I found that is still in Series A funding, they're still kind of ramping up, is called Gumloop. So I don't know if anybody's heard of it. If you have, you're ahead of the curve, and hopefully you've had a chance to play with it because it is super cool. And even the founders referenced it a couple of times in their demos when they're building automation flows. They reference it as Legos. And it is very similar to stacking Lego brick blocks on top of each other and creating a very simple drag and drop workflow. Now, they're still building out new features. They're still fixing bugs. They're very receptive to feedback and comments. I'm highly impressed with the platform. I took the time to build my first flow today, as a matter of fact, to rewrite existing blog posts. And what I've set up is to pull data from a Google Sheet and scrape my existing blog post, 3 competitor blog posts, and then I also give them parameters on how to write that blog post using AI. I used ChatGPT 4.0 Mini, which is the lower cost version, and they charge credits, by the way, it's not dollars, to run AI. So I put that into play. It then builds a Google Doc draft of the blog post and sends me an email with that draft. So I literally have a blog post in, what did I tell you how long it took? A minute and 40 seconds.
Minute and 32 seconds.
Minute 32 seconds. I had a brand new blog post in my inbox that incorporated everything that I wanted to incorporate for it. It was fantastic. And it cost me, they charge by credits. Free account is 1,000 credits. It took 11 credits to run that process.
So after you said, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm in love.
Yeah, you are in love. Yeah, I could tell. After you sent me this, I spent a long time on their website. I went through all of their templates and I went through, all their kind of example stuff, and I watched the video you sent me. This one in particular, I wanted to pull this one up because I thought this was interesting, being that we both work in marketing. This example,
sweet old time though, huh?
Yeah, I don't know why it's not loading on the right side there. I'm not sure why it's
I
not
think your
loading.
internet is slow, boss.
Yeah, it might be. I'm not sure. But anyways, this automation, just as an example, you load in a list of websites and it scrapes the sites and basically summarizes it if it's your target customer or not, and then scrapes like lead data off the website and puts it into a spreadsheet for you.
Right?
Super basic, but I mean, like, it can do it. You could literally put in 1,000 web pages of your target customer and have this just scrape all that data for you.
That is correct. Yep.
It's insane.
Yep.
They have a lot of templates. This is the one I tried just real quick. This
one. Okay. I was looking at the other one. Gotcha.
Yeah, this is the one right here that I don't know what's going on. I don't know why that's not loading. But anyways, yeah, I tried this one just as a test the other night, and it was really cool. I put in a URL of a YouTube video, and it summarized it into a blog post.
You want me to show you mine real quick? Maybe that would be.
Yeah, yep. Let's do it.
Let's
Hold
see
on.
if my connection's any better.
Yeah, hold on. Let me. Yeah. Do you want to present your screen?
Yeah, let me get to it here. Come on, get into the right browser. Extremely stubborn right now.
Today's episode is brought to you by Gumloop.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Maybe they could take some of the $17 million they just got in Series A funding and
Right?
maybe toss it our way.
Right?
Just saying. Just saying.
Just saying. All right, I think we got it all set up here. Let's present it here before. Let's see. So, screen share. Okay, let's try it. Let's go to Gumloop. Got that one. There it is. When you have 100 browser windows open, it just doesn't work real well.
Yeah.
Okay, is it showing? It's not showing.
Give it a second. Sometimes it takes a minute. Oh, I gotta allow it in. Hold on.
Okay.
And there you go.
Amateurs. Yep. These are amateurs.
Yep,
This is how amateurs operate, right?
This is fancy studio software, so I gotta like allow you to whatever. Okay.
Okay, so I can't see what I'm doing, just so you know, because I'm gonna play. All right. So you tell me what you want me to do, all right? Okay, so I'm gonna go back to I don't need to save. I don't think. Hold on. Just save my stuff real quick. So here's the hub. Here are the templates. You were trying to show, was it?
Yeah, it was one of the YouTube ones.
YouTube. So it must have been
Can't
media news. This one.
Right there, yep.
Okay. So this is kind of the preview of how it would operate, right?
So now it opened up another tab, so you got to go to that tab and say share this tab instead.
Oh, it did. Gotcha.
There you go. Yep. Now
Got it? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you for letting me know that, because I would not have known. All right. Okay, so this is the very simple version, right?
Yep.
So if you can, now let's customize it. Let's just show them what it looks like. So this is what it entails. And these are the instructions. You don't get that normally. This is a template that they have built, so users coming in here can try it out, because again, you get 1,000 credits you get to play with, and the one I set up that gave me a legitimate blog post to work with was 11 credits. So you can do legitimate work in here on a free account, just to give you a heads up.
Yep.
Right here, this plus is how you add a node. A node is one of these objects here. This is one that is not expanded. If you click on it, oh, that's a subflow. Sorry, that's different. So this is a node. This is a node. And if I want to add a node, let's say I want to use a website scraper, I can put a node in here. And let's say I want to do that first before I do this here. So we'll take that off. We'll do this first. And then we'll connect it down here. That's how easy it is.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it so much. So they've got all kinds of crazy things in here. You can use
I have a
AI.
question. I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you love it?
I love it so much.
Okay, I was just making sure.
I love it so much.
Right, you've only said it like 5 or 6 times. I just wanted to make sure. I just
So much. It's the best toy I've played with in a long time. And it's going to solve so many of my ongoing
Oh, yeah.
internal brain conversations about how in the heck am I going to do this? How am I going to fix this without spending a fortune?
The one
Uh,
part of the video that you sent me that I loved was when he was talking about how, "Oh, some services you might not know how to connect the API. So, all you do is you go to the technical documentation, you copy it and paste it into one of these nodes, and it'll build it for you." I
right.
was like, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
That blew my mind, actually.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Um,
They're doing some really good work, and they're young and they're hungry. And they're at one point in the video that you and I watched, I think it was, he said that their entire company was run by the two founders and two interns
mhm,
because they have automated everything.
yeah,
That's amazing to me.
yeah, yeah,
I'm sorry, but 17 million Series A built all of this platform out. They're doing all this customer service, and it's all automated for two founders and two interns to do the work.
yeah.
That is fascinating.
It definitely is. Yeah,
Just think about that. To think about if you're able to use a platform like this to automate 80% of your business, just think of the time you would get back as a founder and anybody else who's working with you.
yep,
Just think of the core things that you could spend more time on to earn more revenue versus all of the administrative garbage that you waste time on.
yep,
Oh my gosh, it's I'm just giddy.
yeah. No, I mean this tool is showing up at the right time for you
Yep.
because you had just started to before your life got crazy. You were just starting to dig into crap. How am I going to build this? How am I going to duct tape something together
Yeah.
to build what I need to do? And then you were talking about the technical complexity of not being a developer, and so something like this is like literally drag and drop.
Yeah. I was literally telling you, I was like, man, I may have to just stop what I'm doing and take a code course and learn how to code and also learn how to do generative AI. Like I'm
Right.
gonna have to try to figure it out because that was all that was available 6 months, 12 months, whatever it was when we were talking about this.
Yep.
So this new tool is one, mind blowing,
Yep.
two, incredibly easy to use. Yes, there's some glitches, but it's so well put together and functional for what it has so far. And it's only going to get better,
Yeah.
which just makes me even more happy. So,
And I mean, this is one tool, but like a lot of those other drag and drop automators, like, Zapier and,
hmm
those other ones that are out there, they're all building in AI connections now and
yeah,
stuff. So these are only going to amp up. And I follow the Microsoft world pretty closely. And there's a couple of tools within their Power Platform, like
mhm,
Power Apps and Power Automate, two specifically, that once tied into Copilot, will be able to do much these same things. I use Power Automate for a lot of things on my desktop.
right,
Um, I do it to like automatically um, rename and store files in certain locations and things like that. Actually, when I do our video editing for this, before I
yeah,
post it on YouTube, I have an automation that runs with Power Automate that saves the file in a certain location in the drive. It renames it. It preps it all for me so that I can drop it into my editor and do all that kind of stuff. And the only manual work I have to do is take a copy of that file and put it up in our shared Google Drive folder.
that's awesome.
And I probably wouldn't even have to do that. I could probably just put it up in a OneDrive folder and just give you the link to that. Like, I mean, the point is that these automation things, that alone is like 2 extra steps I don't need to take. Um, and it just happens automatically.
These minutes add up very quickly.
Yeah. All I do is when we end this recording, I go right to the dashboard and I download it. And Windows picks up because it's looking for that file.
Yep.
It downloads to a folder and then it does what it needs to do. And I don't need to do it.
Love it.
So yeah, I mean, just little tiny things like that. If we can automate using whatever tools, Gumloop, whatever, especially as solopreneurs.
Yep. Now this what were you say?
No, I was gonna say we don't have a choice. We don't. How many times have we talked about we don't have the time nor the manpower to do everything we want to do,
or the money in many instances. Time and money, man. Time and money are the two crutches that are holding us up in many of the things that we're trying to do. So to that end, that's exactly what I was going to comment on. This flow that I built, it's on the cheap. Like, I'm feeding a lot of data that I had to put together for a sheet. You could automate the whole thing. You could literally get your keywords from wherever you want, right? Just integrate it in. If you were savvy with this platform, you could automate the entire thing. You wouldn't have to, once it's set up, you wouldn't have to do a thing.
Yep.
You could literally pull it all down from whatever location, build it, and post it onto your site without touching a thing.
Yep.
That's how amazing this tool could be if you had the ability to work that way, meaning cost.
Yeah. Wow.
Right. Instead, I'm doing a flow that's 11 credits. I'm watching it very carefully.
Yeah.
Because I only have 1,000 credits to work with every month, right? So, but still, you can get so much accomplished just with that alone. I mean, just think about that.
Some of the email stuff he was showing in there is the other thing that I really want to get into because my inbox is a disaster.
Yeah, you and me both.
He built some automations in there where it's like the second a record fell into Google Sheets and it drafted this email and it put it in draft format in his box. So that night he just had to go through it and say, yep, send this one.
Exactly.
This one. So for like, okay, so I get 2 or 3 emails every single week that come in through my website.
Yep.
That are basically people asking if they can write content for my site.
Yeah.
Because they want a backlink.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the spirit of years of being frustrated about emailing people and never getting a reply, I try to reply to all those.
Right.
Even when they're kind of spammy.
Yep.
Like, they're from someone overseas or something, or, I still try to do a quick reply like, hey, I'm not really interested in putting up a post about, shaving sheep. Sorry.
Yeah, you and I have different policies on this. Yeah. That is very, very clear.
Okay. So I tried to just like, hey, thanks for the email. I appreciate it. Because they came to my site, they filled out my contact form. I just try to be nice. Okay.
Yeah. No, I get
Here's the thing. If I give Gumloop access to my Gmail and build a node that says, hey, anything that comes from my contact form that, mentions doing a post or something on my site, create this response and put it in my drafts folder.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need to write them anymore. And I could have it like, hey, customize it to the person. You can build it as any parameters you want.
Yep.
And just done.
Yep.
And I don't have to do, it doesn't take me long to do, but let's say that if I get, 3 or 4 of those a week, which I do.
Yep.
Well, that's 15 minutes.
Right. Total. That's what I'm saying. Minutes add up, dude.
And it's like, that's 15 minutes a week. That's an hour a month.
Yep.
And that's 12 hours a year.
Yep.
Which is a half a day. Like, you know what I mean? But if I just automate it, I don't know. It's just little things like that.
Yep. Agreed.
And you stack up those 15 minutes every week with another 15 minutes for something else you're trying to do, and another 15 minutes. And before you know it, you've automated an hour, 2 hours.
That's what I'm saying. Just think of the return on that time back that you can spend on ROI to-dos versus admin to-dos.
Look, this idea has been around for years. I mean, this is why, and I don't now, but in the past, you hire people to do things like cut your grass. Like you hire the neighborhood kid to cut your grass.
Yep.
And you pay them $20 every week to cut your grass once a week.
Yep.
And you say, well, I know a lot of people have someone come clean their house.
Yep.
And the justification for that is, hey, that's 2 hours. I don't need to be doing that. And I can be doing something that's revenue generating.
Or just time back to do whatever you want.
Yeah, time back to do something you don't have time to do
Yep.
because you're busy with work and all this other stuff. And now you just got 2 hours. And what's that worth to you?
Exactly.
Is it worth the $200?
Right.
And if it is, then you should absolutely do it. I mean, the old saying, I don't know who said it, but I just always have heard it and thought about it is do what you do best, outsource the rest. Now the only difference is we're outsourcing to AI bots.
Mm-hmm.
We're not just outsourcing to people that cut our grass and clean our house. You know,
Mm-hmm.
now we're creating bots, we're creating agents.
Yep.
And we're just having them do this stuff. So
we're creating workflows.
Yeah. Why wouldn't we do that? I mean,
I'm telling you.
So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity here, and I think this just opened up a huge door for you. Absolutely,
enormous door for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to probably be talking about this a lot over the course of this year.
Well, I mean, we definitely want an update in 2 weeks.
Yeah, because this is way more than I thought we were going to talk about, to be honest. But yeah, I'm digging in, and we'll have definitely more next time.
Yeah, I want to hear how you've modified existing flows in your hub, new ones you built. Yeah, this should be kind of a regular thing. We should be checking up on this.
Yep.
I think automation is so important for people in our position, what we're trying to do, and I think people want to hear more about it, and they want to see real world examples of how it's working.
Right.
So, cool, great. Anything else on that topic?
I really love Gumloop.
You
do? If you want to
show
us any kind of sponsorship, just let us know.
Well, like I said, they just got $17 million in Series A funding. They should put some of that towards advertising.
Definitely dropping a link in their inbox, FYI.
Here's the thing. Hey, you know what? We should, because here's what.
They'd probably love it.
We're just this little tiny channel.
Yep.
Just kicking to, you know what? They should just throw us a bone, and hell, I'll wear their merch. I'll do whatever they want me to do. I'll tattoo them somewhere.
Yeah, you know what? I will be a human case study for, like, the person who is not savvy from a tech standpoint, knows enough to be incredibly dangerous, and you can show all the small businesses in this world how they can use your tool. You will change their world by using me as a billy or as a goat.
I mean, really, you should be. If you're not, you should be their primary avatar.
I'm just telling you.
Like, I mean, yeah. So we need to let them know.
Drop a link, man. We'll drop a link.
We'll drop a link.
I forget his name. The young man who founded this thing.
I forgot, but he was born when
he's like a third my age. So
yeah, it's like, how's that make you feel?
Old.
Kid's like 23.
He's brilliant. He's like a bright kid.
Old enough to be our sons.
He's preaching to me though. Man, I am just like all in. So I'm ready.
So I'm just saying, he throws $1 million our way to sponsor this podcast, and I'll adopt it. I'll adopt the kid.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anything else on Gumroad? Well, a couple of us, viewers and stuff, we were wondering if you're in love with it, but it sounds like you are.
I'm in love.
Okay. We're just curious.
I haven't broke it to my wife yet, but man, watch out.
That's right. It's like, me and you, we might have a little bit of a bromance. So what is it when you're in love with an AI engine?
I don't know, but it definitely is going to be defined at some point if it hasn't been.
It's robot love.
Okay, there you go.
Robo crush. You have a robo crush. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Big time. I do. Admitted.
Done. Yeah, just own it.
I own it. I am in love with Gumloop right now.
All right. Anything else about Gumloop?
I don't think so.
We
I think
just
we're
want like
good.
1% of the 17 million. That's it. I'm not going to be greedy. I just give us enough to build us a studio, have a nice little,
All right, so you got let's transition into YouTube videos
yeah, let's do it.
because you know what? Gumloop could be very applicable to where you're trying to go with your 4 YouTube channels. All right, so I've heard there are pros and cons with more cons than pros. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean,
At least this week. At least this week.
yeah, I've been a little slow on the content production only because I've had just kind of like, I don't know what to do. It's like, and don't get me wrong, there's plenty of ideas. It's just that none of them like excite me. Like, it's like I have a list of like things I'm thinking about making videos on. And I'm just like, I don't want to do that. And
I
then
have blog posts like that. I get it.
yeah, yep, and yeah, so have I. I mean, it's like writer's block, but it's like not. It's like video block. It's just
Mhm.
like, I don't want to do that topic, or it's not really exciting. What I will say though is, I'm coming up here on, well, in about a week and a half. It'll be 2 months of me doing very consistent YouTube stuff. I think I'm up to like 41 videos total I've done in just almost 2 months.
My God, that's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's almost
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I gotta just look at the list real quick. But I think it's somewhere around there. Um Most of them are shorts. Well, I would say a little over half of them are shorts. And that's across all of my channels. So the 4 that I'm kind of doing right now. Let me say I think I might be a little higher than that 41. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's exactly 41. So I've done 41 total. Um and let's see here, 5, 19, 21 have been shorts, 17 long form, and 1 live.
Hmm.
So, but what I'm finding is, besides the fact that, well, first of all, I find myself doing more shorts because they're just easier to do. They're just
We
fun.
agreed on.
They're just easy. I mean, you just record it right on your phone. You do a
Yep.
quick edit. You
Yep.
punch in the title and you
Yep.
publish.
Yep.
You can have a short done in less than 5 minutes.
Are shorts real videos?
Yeah. What do you mean, real videos? Oh, I know where you're going with this. Just shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth. I don't want to hear it. Just relax. No.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, no. They're fun to do and they're quick and easy. Okay, but here's the
We
thing.
have that recorded, by the way. Yes, they are real videos. Okay, that's good.
There are real videos. I've thrown in the white flag. They're real videos. So I've been a little frustrated with my lack of content that I publish, but that's all right. We'll get over that. I'm still
Hold on.
well on my way
Just,
to 100 videos.
I'm sorry. How many videos have you produced in 2 months?
40,
2 plus.
41.
41 videos.
Yep.
And you're frustrated with that.
No, I'm just frustrated with the last week. I had plans to do more. So that's all.
So you're frustrated with the 41.
No, I'm just frustrated with the last week. Just the
Yeah,
last
because you would have more than 41 videos.
Yep,
Okay.
I wanted to be at 45 this week. So doesn't matter. I'm not overthinking it. It just I noticed on Tuesday and Wednesday, like, I'm a little bit behind here on what I had planned to do.
Ask me how many videos I made in the last 2 months.
How many have you made in the last 2 months? 0. Well, yeah, I mean, I've gone all in on this because I'm not doing anything else right now. I haven't written any blog posts. I haven't done any, like, this is it. This is all I'm doing right now.
Cut yourself a little slack because 41 videos in that time frame is solid effort.
So here's what I'm finding though.
Yep.
So that's just number one. No big deal. Not worried about it. I'll hit 100 in the next
I don't
couple.
believe you, but okay, go ahead.
Okay. So what's interesting and frustrating at the same time is, as I'm trying to like find what type of content I want to make, what type of content, I want to do, what kind of content gets traction and views and all that kind of stuff. Okay. There's no question that our world loves things that spark controversy.
Yep.
And so I did 2 shorts that were a little edgy is not the right word, but they were controversial takes. I'll give you I'll tell you what they were. So the first one was about how Tesla shareholders should be upset because their CEO is spending more time in Washington than he is actually running Tesla. Okay. So that was my take. My take was if I was a Tesla shareholder, I'd be pissed right now because I'd be like, where the I was going to say, where the fuck?
Yeah, you were.
I'm going to say it. Where the fuck is our CEO right now? Okay. Where is he? How come he's not working on Tesla stuff? Because that's really what he should be doing. Technically, he's CEO of Tesla. Okay.
Yeah, you'd think.
So, and remember, he works for the shareholders.
Last I heard.
So my argument was, if I was a shareholder of Tesla, I'd be a little upset right now. Like, hey, buddy, it's cool you're futzing around in Washington right now, but get back to work because if you haven't noticed, Tesla's shares are down like 30% this year. Okay. So shareholders are losing value right now. Okay. Well, so that video blew up. I got almost 1,000 views on that video in like less than a couple of days. And I got a lot of hate comments and I got a lot of likes and like it got high engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of comments. A lot of hate comments. That's cool, right? I'm not worried about that. I can take that. I've been on the internet long enough to know. Like,
yeah, that's part of the course.
Yeah, I don't let it eat me at all. Whatever.
Yep.
Okay, then my second video was about JP Morgan CEO telling their workers they had to go back to the office.
Yep. I saw that one. I didn't see the Tesla one.
Okay. So that one also got almost 1,000 views in just a couple days. Got some comments and a lot of likes. Now compare that to like a couple other videos I've done, which have been like how to not like top 3 tips to not be a micromanager. That's just an example, right?
Yeah.
Dud. Did another one on I can't even remember. It was your kind of run of the mill, just like, hey, here's a leadership tip or whatever. Bombed. Did one on Duolingo and how they killed their mascot. That blew up. That got like 700 views.
Mm-hmm.
So the narrative that's running around in my head right now is like when you make the spicier content or the more controversial or more like I have an opinion on something and I want to share it with the world, that takes off or tends to hit the algorithm a little bit better than something that's like, hey, let me share with you the top 5 tips to do this. And I'm talking specifically on shorts right now, like shorts. That stuff doesn't take off as well.
I would argue that it's the trending content that's causing that algorithm to pick you up and run it.
So, if you want to get monetized on YouTube, which I do eventually, you got to catch those waves of like you almost have to be a little bit of an ambulance chaser. So I find myself literally every morning going into Google Trends, going to CNBC.com because I still want to keep it business related because that's kind of what I'm interested in.
Right.
And trying to see, is there anything here that I'm passionate enough about to have a take on?
That's relevant to what you're trying to do. Yep.
And it's just kind of like, because in most cases, there's really nothing that's itching at me too bad.
Sure.
So that's a little frustrating because it's like, I'll go in there. Like I went in there this morning. I'm just like, I'm not going to have a take because I'm avoiding politics stuff. I don't want to get into that. So I guess I could talk about tariffs and all that stuff, but I don't want to. Maybe if I had a strong take on tariffs, maybe that was something that would take off. But I also want to talk about things I'm actually interested in.
So I hadn't thought about this because I am not really good on keeping up with trends. I read the news, I don't post about the news. Which is bad on me. It's just not a good practice. However, for you, you've already dabbled in it a little bit. So, logically, for me, in looking at it from an outsider's point of view, instead of if you're not finding additional content that is trending that you could jump on that you're interested in, why not dig deeper on the ones you've already done? Why not go to the next rung outside of the core you've already addressed? Why not hit a couple more and just build on that same story or anything that's running off of it? Because all three of those, well, two of the three are still news.
Yeah. So actually, what's funny is the JP Morgan one.
Yeah,
So that has had two things happen since that. So
exactly.
first he came out and he said, "Hey, everybody's got to come back to the office." I made a video on that. Then he came out and he swore at a analyst on a earnings call about
Yep.
the.
And he apologized for that. Yep.
I could have come
Yep.
back and done a video on that. And then
Yep.
just recently, he did another interview where he kind of doubled down on, or he kind of backed off and he said, "Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I apologize. And, I want people to come back to the office." And he was a lot more soft on it. And I could have done a video on that. So, yes, you're right. I totally could do that. But it's finding this balance of like the things that are going to get views
Yep.
versus the things that I just want to do. And most of the people that teach you YouTube are saying, do what you like,
Right.
because otherwise it's going to come off. And if it's something you don't care about, you're not going to do it that long. So it's like,
Right.
do I care about that topic enough to do that? Really, that's really probably not. But I don't know. I'm still right now. I'm still in the learning and testing phase.
For me, Stanky, you have a gift of spinning things. It's the foundational thing that causes you to get to the spin, though. So that's why I understand what you're saying. Like it's just not interesting on the surface. The additional stories, for examples that you just talked about with the CEO. I mean, some of those are, they're not really something you really want to talk about. But if you look through it from the Bob Stanky brand lens, is there a way that you could spin it that is relevant to business strategy, that is relevant to operations?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it isn't necessarily talking about the next tier of news. It's talking about maybe the ripple effect of how it's affecting the business or
Yep.
how it's affecting his relationships with employees, or you know what I mean?
Yep. So the following the news thing, it's funny because when I first started blogging back in 09, 2010,
Mm-hmm.
I did do a lot more trending content on my blog. And back then, when the caffeine update hit, I was a huge benefactor of that.
Yep. I
I
remember
got a
you
lot of
telling me.
traffic. I got a lot of traffic from following just like trending stuff and posting blog posts about it. And I was ripping out 2 or 3 posts a day. And they were short, but
Mhm.
this happened in the news. This is what I think about it. And I published. Now
Right.
I feel like this has come full circle on me because I'll give you another example. On my other channel, my sports gaming channel, which I've seen a tremendous amount of growth in the last couple of weeks, I did 2 shorts specifically about ESPN.
Mm.
Those have far outdone the other videos I've done for that channel.
Mm-hmm.
Comments, likes,
Yep.
and they were things that happened. It was when ESPN announced that they were cutting ties with Major League Baseball.
Oh, right.
And that video, I did a quick take on like my thoughts on that, and it's the number 1 video on that channel right now.
Hmm.
And then I did another one on ESPN announcing their new streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
I did that, and that also took off.
Interesting.
But then I did a video about, I don't know, something random, something about one of the baseball games I play, and it just kind of dud. It was like a dud. Still did decent. It still did okay, but it wasn't anything like the trending news thing.
Right.
Now, again, I'm just talking about shorts right now.
No, I get it.
So
we know shorts are trending, and
Yep.
we know trending news always performs better. Always.
Yep. So it's like, as I put together my YouTube strategy, these are the type of things I'm thinking through. Like, hey, I don't mind playing a little bit of here's a news story, here's my thought on it.
Yep.
I just want to be intentional about it and do that in shorts, and then use shorts to feed my long form content.
Yeah, totally. I'm telling you, this is just built for X, Twitter.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, you were all over Twitter back in the day. That was your channel.
Yeah.
Remember? Because you were trying to be trendy. You were trying to be in the current.
Yeah. So anyways, that was that's my most recent observation about YouTube. And again,
I'm hungry to get back to this. I mean, I'm not surprised at all that this is one. You're starting to see it in the data, and you're a data-driven guy. So if you're starting to see the numbers, you're like, well, why am I not doing more of this? Even though you know in the back of your head, because you've experienced it 10 years ago or whenever that time period was, you know that this is how the algorithms work. This is how social prioritizes what it tends to go viral and shows to users. So, I mean, you're not surprised by this. You're just like, oh man, I'm kind of getting back to what I was doing before. How am I going to apply it to my current strategy?
Yep.
Right.
And I've got a lot less time to be a news chaser than I did 15 years ago.
Yeah, totally. Right.
Yeah, so it's like, you want to start playing in that game again. And it's a competitive game too. So,
you know what you could do is use a really old tool called Google Alerts.
I use that. Yeah. I use that for a couple of things, not anything news trendy, but I like Google Trends.
Google Trends is great. It's a great resource.
I use that every day.
Either that or just hop on X. That's what's happening in the world right now.
Yeah. And I go on there every day too. So,
yeah.
So anyways, oh boy, we had a lot of meat in this episode.
Yeah, we did.
A lot of meat.
A lot of marketing talk.
Yeah, we should. I mean, I guess that is in the title of the show, so that's good, I guess.
Marketing, business, and operations, and processes, and AI, and wow, we covered a lot.
We did.
Sponsored by Gumloop.
Sponsored by Gumloop, and people should like the video.
Yes.
Comment. I'd love to see us get a comment. Subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications.
There you go.
You know, next week we're not going to have a video, but I would like to post some shorts on our channel here.
You should.
Yeah. So, and you should too. You should get back in the video game.
You know, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm still a little reluctant because I'm just getting back to the TMY stuff, and I have found a new toy. So I'm going to say I'm probably not gonna.
You are going to be a busy guy.
Yes.
But yeah, no. Any parting thoughts?
No. Check out Gumloop. Check out MXTools.com and make sure that your DNS settings are good to go. Make sure your website's healthy. Make sure your email is good to go. Stay on top of trends. Keep your content lively.
Yeah,
that's all I got. How about you?
No, you wrapped it up. I'll put some links down in the description when I publish the video tonight.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Okay, we're out. Peace.
Peace.